Hello everyone, welcome to Don't Gasp, it's just JASP, your Learning Live Tech tutorial. In this video, we're going to be going over how to create a scatter plot and how to run correlation in JASP. If you'd like to follow along, you can use the CSV file provided on our website, and there is an earlier video explaining how to import that into JASP if you need assistance. But anyway, let's begin. So let's say we're interested in whether anxiety and caffeine consumption are correlated. First, it's helpful to look at a scatter plot of our data. To do that, we need to go back to descriptive statistics and bring over our variables of interest. So we're going to go with caffeine and anxiety score. For scatter plots, you're going to need to go to customizable plots. You're going to click scatter plots. Give it a second to load. Then as you can see, it automatically has a lot of different features on there. It has density, you can switch it to histogram if you'd like. It's sometimes overwhelming to have those on there, so you can just turn them to none. It shows confidence interval around the regression line, so your line of best fit. You can turn that off as well. Sometimes it helps just to have your scatter plot with the regression line. Sometimes you want the line off completely, but this gives us a good idea of what the data look like before hopping into running the correlation. Alright, from here, we can go ahead and go into correlation. To do that, you're going to need to go to the regression drop-down menu, go to correlation, and then you can go ahead and put in your variables of interest. If you're running hypothesis tests, make sure you can have them as two-tailed would be correlated, one-tailed would be correlated positively or correlated negatively. We're going to keep it as two-tailed. We can start with just anxiety and caffeine. It'll give you your Pearson's R and a p-value. It also sometimes helps to have sample size on there and to click the flag significant correlations so that it gives you this little key down here that'll tell you what each star represents. As you can see here, if we're looking at just anxiety and caffeine, their correlation, their Pearson's R is negative 0.157 and the p-value is not significant, so this suggests that they are not correlated. But the fun thing about JASP and correlations is you can just keep adding in other variables and it'll make your chart even larger. So let's throw in weight, irritability, exam score. And as you can see, it just gives you multiple different correlations all in this matrix so that you can refer them all at once. And as you can see here, we know that weight and caffeine are significantly correlated. There's a negative correlation. We know that caffeine and exam score, and we know that weight and exam score are significantly correlated. So that is how you conduct correlation in JASP. It's very, very simple. You do have the option for scatter plots to show for each one. Sometimes JASP can get overwhelmed with this, and it can take a minute to load, as you can see right now, or they won't fit properly on the screen. You'd have to do a good bit of editing there, which you can. But generally, it helps to do your correlation scatter plots separately outside of this feature. But it is possible. It works when you have fewer on there. And you can include the statistics checkbox to get your Pearson's R value. But this was focused on Pearson's R. There's also Spearman's rho and other correlation out there for different types of data. This class focuses on Pearson's, so that's why this is just Pearson's. Anyway, hope you found that helpful. Thanks for watching. Remember, stats are whack. We've got your back. Have a wonderful day.